Thank you. No, it hasn't sunk in at all. I really don't feel like it's even happened. I don't feel like I've competed at Olympic Games. It was all just such a blur. But yeah, I definitely feel happy, and I know that I can go home feeling happy. So that's a great thing.
I think that's I saw an Instagram post from you saying that, regardless of the result, the fact that you're there and have competed, you would be really chuffed with that. But to get a bronze, that must be sort of icing on the cake, really.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that like making it to a second games and at the age of 30 and just like, especially like with an extra year and coming back from injury, I'm just really, really happy to even be here. And I felt really, really strong. My training's been going really well. So I really felt I put quite a lot of pressure on myself actually, and I wanted to come back with a medal. I knew that I had potential to do that, but so did so many other people in that competition. So definitely needed to step up. So yeah, I feel really happy. I feel really happy and relieved.
Well, you should do, yeah. No, it's really impressive. When you sort of thinking about sort of yesterday and the feeling of competing, how did you feel when you sort of after your being top of the tree, 2 more to go, guaranteed a medal? Describe those feelings as you're waiting for the scores to come through.
I know that, so my routine that I competed wasn't the best routine that I could have done. I knew that I have a little bit more in me, so I was slightly worried that it wasn't gonna make that the podium. So for me to have made the podium with that routine, I was really, really happy with. Over the moon, actually. Like the start of the day, I felt really off. I didn't have very much confidence in myself. I felt like I was really struggling to deal with the negative thoughts that were entering my mind, and I didn't have very much self-belief. I had a little cry to my coach. So really, I didn't feel like mentally tough on the day. So when each routine that I competed, I started to gain a little bit of confidence throughout the competition. And I always feel that the final is like, you have to just go for it. If you're going to go for the top three, like there's nothing to lose. You have to really go for it. So for me, that gives me a little bit of extra confidence to really like go for the top end stuff. So yeah, I think for me to come back with that medal based on how I was feeling, just really, really relieved and happy. And it was like I've done so much training, and it kind of felt like, because the mental side of things wasn't so great on the day, or I didn't feel like I was going to be able to do it. My training that I've been doing and the strength of training that I've been doing kind of got me through that. Like my body was there, my mind wasn't quite up to standard what I would have liked. So I'll go back and talk to sports psych ready for the next competition so I can enjoy them a little bit more, and not have to be feeling so like having that lack of confidence. So yeah, the training had been going so well, and that's what got me through it. I in the final routine, I drifted to the side on skill 2, and I could have easily just fallen off or hit the side for the third skill. But the training that I've done and the amount of routines I've done, just kind of my muscle memory just got me through it. And I think that's why it's a little bit of a blur, because I let my body do the trampolining and not so much my mind. So yeah, so for making the podium, I didn't mind too much about which medal, because I was surprised to have made it in a way. Because for me, the routine, it was under it wasn't the best routine I could have done. It was still a good routine. So yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the 2 Chinese that were gonna go next, because they're really, really fierce competitors, and I know that their routines, if they got through them, would be a really good standard. So I was just happy to make podium yesterday.
Yeah, you mentioned that your body was there, but your mind wasn't. But obviously, considering what's gone over the last 5 years, you're getting your body to be in a position that it is there. That must have been, feel like quite a great reward, really.
Yeah, definitely. Like I had the first 2 years of this Olympic cycle, I was out with injury from having a surgery and then having to go in for another one, ankle surgery. So I missed out on a couple of years of proper training and competing. So yeah, just to get back up to my standard that I was leading into Rio, and then push on and upgrade my routine for these Olympics was really special to me. And just to be able to jump and compete and just be here, yeah, really happy about that. And yeah, I feel this like physically the strongest that I've ever felt. We have an amazing support team back at home that helping me to like build that strength and the resilience and make it as well so that I feel fresh for the trampoline, and making it so that the trampoline is a really heavy physical session and not just the technical side of things and mental side of things. So yeah, I feel really physically strong, and the amount of hours and training that I've put in and trampoline training as well, and being able to be physically fit for more hours and more repetitions on the trampoline definitely helped me out yesterday to kind of lead the way and like take over anything that I felt like I was lacking mentally.
That's great. And the last one for me really is, I don't want to sort of take you away from the moment too much, but looking towards the future, what does it hold?
Yeah, I'm definitely continuing trampolining. I made that decision like quite a few years ago that I wanted to pursue Paris Olympics cycle as well. I've kind of made a checkpoint for myself though, just in case next year after European. So after these Olympics, I'll have just a couple weeks off, probably first week completely off, and second week just getting back in the gym and doing some like light physical conditioning, and then straight back into training, pretty much ready for November for World Championships. Normally World Championships aren't held on Olympic year, but because the Olympics were postponed, we've got World Championships at the end of the year. So I'm going to be aiming for those, and then Europeans next year, like kind of Easter time. And then I will take a little checkpoint just to make sure that I'm happy to continue, and I'm sure I will be, because less than a year doesn't seem like enough of jumping. So yeah, I love this sport so much, I want to continue for as long as I can.